She stood up in front of everyone and said, "I guess it's too much to expect some basic help." Her voice echoed through my dining room like a slap. My face burned, my stomach dropped, but that was the last time she ever embarrassed me. Because the next time she came over, she walked right into her own lesson. If you've ever been humiliated by someone who thought they could walk all over you, hit that subscribe button right now. Because this story, it's not just about food, it's about respect. Stick around till the end and watch how one quiet host served the most satisfying dish of all, revenge. Last weekend started like any other family lunch. Homemade pasta, garlic bread, salad, nothing fancy. Just good food, warm company, and the kind of background chatter that fills a home with comfort. I'd invited my in-laws over, my husband's parents, his sister Marie, and her 7-year-old son Ethan. Marie had a reputation for being dramatic, but I tried not to judge. Family is family, right? I wanted everything to be perfect. I cooked from early morning, made sure the table was set beautifully, and even had a little kids' corner with mild food, soft drinks, and coloring books. When they arrived, I greeted everyone at the door, smiling, hugging, doing the hostess thing. Marie barely looked up from her phone, muttering a distracted A. Her son, Ethan, clung to her leg, quiet, polite, and clearly used to being overlooked. We all gathered around the kitchen counter, buffet style. I helped my toddler first, then started fixing my own plate while chatting with my mother-in-law. Marie was still scrolling on her phone, barely paying attention to anything except whatever drama she was reading. 10 minutes later, everyone's seated, chatting, eating, except Ethan. He's still standing near the counter, looking lost. So I gently ask, "Hey, Marie, do you want me to help him grab a plate?" She snaps her head up, glaring. "Why didn't you serve him like everyone else?" The room froze. Forks paused midair. I blinked, confused. "Oh, I just thought you'd want to fix his plate. I wasn't sure what he likes." She rolls her eyes dramatically and stands up. Her voice goes sharp, slicing through the quiet room. "Sure, I guess it's too much to expect some basic help." Everyone looks away. My cheeks burn. My husband shifts uncomfortably, my mother-in-law coughs, and Marie huffs off to the counter, piling food angrily onto her kid's plate. The rest of the meal is painful. Awkward silence. Forced smiles. I laugh at her jokes just to keep the peace, even though my appetite is gone. When they leave, I finally let out a breath I didn't know I was holding. That night, my husband gets a text from Marie, Tour. "Your wife made me feel unwelcome. She was cold to me the whole time." Cold. Me. I spent the whole morning cooking and cleaning, trying to make her comfortable. But apparently I was cold because I didn't spoon feed her 7-year-old. My husband shrugged. "Don't take it personally, babe. You know how she is." Yeah, I did. Marie had a long history of turning her own mistakes into someone else's fault. Still, something inside me snapped a little. I was tired of walking on eggshells just because she was family. She'd embarrassed me in my own house. And worse, she made me look bad in front of everyone. That's when the idea hit me. No yelling, no confrontation, just a subtle lesson she'd never forget. The next family lunch was 2 weeks later, my husband's parents' anniversary. And guess who offered to host again? Yep, me. Marie hesitated in the group chat when I offered, probably expecting tension, but I played it cool. "Of course you're invited, Marie. Ethan too. I'll make sure there's plenty he likes." Her only reply. "Sure." I smiled. Perfect. This time I planned every detail, not just the food, but the entire experience. I was going to show her what basic help really looked like. The big day arrives. The table, picture perfect. Soft music, fresh flowers, personalized name cards, even a small gift for my in-laws. But the star of the show wasn't the food. It was the setup. A full buffet, but with a little twist. Every dish was labeled in small, decorative handwriting. Contains nuts. Spicy. Kid-friendly. Vegetarian. I even made a separate kids' buffet table, low enough for children to serve themselves, with gentle little tongs and mini plates. Everything was foolproof. Everyone could serve themselves easily. No confusion, no excuses. Marie arrived 15 minutes late, as usual, with her phone in one hand and Ethan in the other. She looked around like she owned the place. "Wow, you really went all out this time," she said, almost surprised. "Oh, just keeping it simple." I smiled sweetly. The meal began. Everyone filled their plates, laughing and chatting. And this time, Ethan, bless him, confidently served himself from the kids' buffet. He looked happy, independent, beaming. Marie didn't notice until halfway through the meal, when she looked up from her phone and realized her son was already eating. She blinked, confused. "Wait, who fixed your plate?" Ethan smiled proudly. "I did! Auntie made it easy for me!" The table went quiet again, but this time, the silence wasn't awkward. It was electric. Everyone looked at Marie. My mother-in-law smiled approvingly. That's so thoughtful, dear. You always think of everything. I just nodded modestly. Oh, I just figured I'd make it easy for everyone, especially the kids. Marie's cheeks turned pink. She forced a laugh. Yeah, I guess that's helpful. But I saw the flicker in her eyes. That mix of embarrassment and realization. The woman who accused me of being a bad host was now being praised. Right in front of her. For the very thing she mocked me for. And I didn't even have to raise my voice. Later that evening, after dessert, my mother-in-law said warmly, "You're such a natural host. Marie, maybe next time you can take notes from her." That one line was pure gold. Marie smiled tightly. Yeah, maybe. But the real victory came 2 days later. Marie texted me out of the blue. Trey, just wanted to say the lunch was great. You really thought of everything. Ethan had a good time. No excuses. No passive-aggressive tone. Just acknowledgement. And honestly, that was better than any apology. Because deep down she knew she'd crossed the line last time, and I'd reminded her, without a single harsh word, what real grace looked like. It's funny, isn't it? Sometimes revenge doesn't need to be loud or cruel. Sometimes it's about standing tall, keeping your dignity, and letting your actions make the point for you. Marie learned that day that respect is earned, not demanded. And as for me, I learned that quiet confidence can be the loudest response of all. If you've ever had someone embarrass you in public and you wished you could show them how wrong they were, hit that like button. Subscribe for more stories where karma takes its sweet time, but always arrives right on schedule. And tell me in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen play out in real life? Because sometimes the best revenge is served family style.